I have the 2021 Catena Alta Malbec. You can't talk about Argentina, where this bottle is coming from, without talking about Catena Zapata, which is who's producing the Catena Alta. Uh, Argentina and Catena Zapata and wine production are just kind of synonymous in a lot of ways. And the region of Mendoza in Argentina really owes a lot to the Catena Zapata family for helping to not only make Mendoza a major wine producing place on the world stage, but also for continuing to improve and research and innovate through the Catania Institute, which is just an incredible thing that they do. But the wine in the glass we have here today is sort of a representation of their willingness to innovate, explore, and to really kind of push the boundaries of what is possible via the Catania Alta line of wines. Now, this particular Malbec, this is 100% Malbec, coming from really high elevation vineyards, but coming from not only some of their best vineyards, but some of the best rows in those vineyards. So it's a really incredible example of the fine tuning that they're willing to do. Even across decades and decades and decades of wine production. So 100% Malbec, you can look at the wine here and just see this beautiful kind of violety, purpley hue that Malbec often gives. But on the nose, I mean, there is a richness to this wine, but there's also this incredible salinity. I love smelling Malbec. I think it's one of the most beautiful, luxurious, opulent noses that gives me all the things that I want on the fruit front, but then also just somehow tells me what the texture of this wine is going to be. I know it sounds wild, but I just, every time I smell a great Malbec, I'm immediately like, oof, I'm just like sitting in velvet right now. So let's try this wine. I mean, it's definitely got this opulent fruit to it, but it does something that I think Mendoza does so well, which is gives you this really striking balance of salinity that almost acts like this like sweet and salty thing. And then also just kind of giving you all of that power, but so much restrained as well. This definitely coats my mouth, but it also leaves me feeling really refreshed, which is an incredible sign of great winemaking as well as great sight. When we're talking about high elevation wines, we're talking about wines of great concentration. These particular vines are sitting upwards of about 4 to 5,000 feet of elevation, which is incredibly impressive. So they're sitting at this really high level, which means that they're getting this exposure to sun to give them that great ripeness, but they're also struggling quite a bit, and they're also being exposed to a lot of elements, which is going to keep those berries really nice and small. It's going to give you that concentration of flavor, and it's also going to give you a lot of nuance and depth because of how these vines are growing. You can feel that the wine is really just allowed to present the fruit first and winemaking second. There is definitely really beautiful winemaking in here, but we are not getting the opulence of crazy amounts of new French oak. Really, what we're just getting is this incredible fruit source and these very specific vines that are going to the glass. In fact, they've done in these particular rows is they've reduced the yield by a significant amount. So normally you would see crop tons and yields of about 3 to 5 tons per acre. We're seeing down to 1.2. So they're thinning the fruits to make sure that they're getting as much concentration and flavor into each and every single one of these berries that's coming off. It's really impressive. It's a really expensive thing to do if you think about the economics of something like that. So the fact that we're able to get this level of quality in the glass at this price is really kind of a stunning, miraculous feat. But it's also something that I think Mendoza does so well. They just deliver and deliver and deliver on the quality front. But you're not getting the crazy prices like you're seeing in other places around the world. And I love Mendoza so much for that. I think on the food pairing front, this is a wine that has the softness, that has the luxurious nature to kind of be consumed on its own. But, I'd be remiss not to tell you to not put some sort of steak or protein on the grill. I mean, if you've been to Mendoza, you've probably enjoyed some delicious beef over flame. And I think there's a reason for that. And it's because the wines work so well. Definitely make sure it's something kind of rich and fatty and robust. Definitely make sure it's something that has a little bit of salty umami to it, and kind of let this work as the sauce. I think this is a wine that can be paired really beautifully just with a very simply grilled steak, maybe a side of vegetables, maybe some rice. Just keep it really, really nice and simple because I think that's where this wine shines beautifully. I also feel like if you're looking for a wine to impress at a dinner party, you want a big opulent red, this is probably a great one to break out because I think a lot of people won't expect it, but I also think it really over delivers, and gives you something just a little bit kind of new and fun and exciting. And it's a great story to tell if you want to do a little more research on Catena Zapata and all the amazing things that they do. I just love this wine so much, and I love that they are producing the Catena Alta wines, which are so stunning and spectacular. And I really hope you love it. Cheers.